Welcome everybody to Entropy-Defiant Gaming, and happy 4th of July and 250th anniversary of the United States. So this is actually probably one of the biggest holidays for the past several years and for the next few years for the United States, when the United States celebrates its independence. Now I have actually last year I created some videos around 4th of July. I've created holiday videos that showed various games and things. You know, this is a gaming channel, but this year, seeing this is such a major holiday comparatively, I decided I would create a kind of a timeline video that shows, in this case, not just games but also movies. So I actually watched quite a few movies last year about the not just the Revolution, or 1776, the Declaration, but about some of the things surrounding it. And so I thought I would create this little timeline that will help organize this. So with 4th of July coming up, you can use this to help you organize what movies you want to watch or video games you want to play. So without further ado, I'm going to launch into it. The first one I have on this list is History's Revolution, and this is a right. First these two. I want to show you these two short little movies. They're just videos. They show. It's a list of different movies that have to do with the Revolution and everything. And so if you want, you can watch these. That will give you a little better idea as well about the specific movies. I found some of these here. But this series is the History Channel's. It's I think it came out 2005, and it's about, I think, 10 hours all about the American Revolution. Yeah, so here these movies are.
The Commander-in-Chief carefully chooses his moment to take action. May 26, 1780. 8 nooses, prepared for 8 men.
A lot of this stuff, there's a lot of things in this. It shows how nearly the Revolution just collapsed.
Mount Vernon, Virginia, April 16, 1789. George Washington, gentleman farmer and former commander of America's Revolutionary Forces, is packing to leave his beloved home once again. For 8 years, Washington led the American army through a grueling war, and no one believed he could win against the most powerful empire in the world, Great Britain. His army lost more battles than it won, but by sheer will and perseverance, they marched their way to ultimate victory.
Okay, so that is the History Channel's documentary series all about the Revolution. Okay, next is Sons of Liberty. So, okay, so I did want to show you this. The Revolution, History Channel's Revolution runs from 1765, when the Stamp Act was first put in place, up until Washington's death, I believe. Anyway, so the next is Sons of Liberty. Sons of Liberty started, I think, 1765 as well, and continued basically through the beginning of the Revolution. It was a group established in response to Britain. They were bothered about the taxes and things. I should probably go back. French and Indian War was fought by England against France and the Indians, and it cost England a lot of money. I think they went into a tremendous amount of debt, and that's why they put the Stamp Act into place, and that caused the Sons of Liberty to get bothered, and they probably largely resulted in the Revolutionary War starting. So that's the Sons of Liberty. Now, if you want to watch this, it does kind of talk about all that, but if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, you'll probably enjoy it. But the actual description of Samuel Adams, at least in Wikipedia, says he's more of a statesman, a political philosopher, founding father. But in Sons of Liberty, he and those following him are mostly depicted kind of as ruffians, smugglers, and that sort of thing. So, like I said, if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, you might watch this. I question how historically accurate it is, though. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining to watch. So the next one is April Morning. As you can see, this is April 19th, 1775, which was the actual beginning of the revolution.
Prepare to fix bayonets! Fix your bayonets!
Okay, and that just the first day of the revolution, and I think maybe a few days after that. Next one, we got 1776, and it is, I think, just 2 months, like May and pretty much June and just the beginning of July, 1776, and it shows the what everybody went through to actually get the Declaration of Independence created and signed.
As you know, the cause that we support has come to a complete standstill. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Simple. Johnny here's obnoxious and disliked.
That's true. Now, what's the solution, I wonder?
Get somebody else in Congress to propose.
Oh, Richard, that's brilliant. Wasn't that brilliant, John?
Brilliant.
Yes. Now, the question...
Okay, so, yeah, so that is 1776. It's actually a musical. I believe it came out in 1972. I don't remember any of the music from it, but it was a pretty entertaining movie. I think it was the first one I watched when I was starting to, get interested in all this about a year ago. And it's entertaining, and the thing that I didn't understand so much until I watched this was how important John Adams was. He had just been doing everything he could to. The revolution had already started like a year before, so April 19th. So he was trying to do everything he could to keep Washington supplied and Washington's army supplied. And it's an interesting movie. So also entertaining, and it's a musical. So if you're interested in watching it. Next one, we have The Crossing. So The Crossing, that's the end of 1776, I think November and December. Is about what it covers.
With 500 sick men, sir. Do we quarter them here?
No, we crossed the river.
When? We can't lie in the cold. They'll die.
We'll all die if we don't put the river between us and the British.
So that's the, may be aware of the famous painting, Washington Crossing the Delaware. So that is what happens near the end of the movie. And the crossing is just a major turning point in the war. The troops had lost most of their morale, and this helped to turn that, so give them some hope. So next is Turn, Washington Spies. So here, let's close these. This is Turn, Washington Spies, and this one is interesting. I watched all of it. I think there's four seasons. Several years back, watched the whole thing, and Turn pretty much covers. I'm not sure if it covers the whole war or about half the war, but the main character is a spy for Washington. It's against the British is what it comes down to, and it shows all the various things that happened while he was spying on the British. So it's an interesting movie if you want it, that sort of thing. Next, All for Liberty, and I'm not sure where this one or the next few appear. They're somewhere during the war.
Henry, this is a young man's war, not yours.
This is my fight.
You have done your part. For years you fought in the courts, the judges, the liars. But now you must stop.
So I believe he's Swedish, and he I can't remember everything, but I do believe I remember he was in politics and such, and started standing up to the British, but the political side of things didn't, the British they wanted to make sure that their will was enforced in the United States, basically, and so he ends up fighting against them. So that's this movie. And Okay, so the next one, Mary Silman's War. Again, not exactly sure where it is in the timeline. So her war is a little different from the regular war. Her husband had been captured by the British and sent off to a prisoner ship. I think that's what it was. I think most of the prisoners the British captured died, but she would not give up. She just doggedly did everything that she could to bring him back, to rescue him from the British. In the end, I believe they did get a prisoner exchange, but it was only because of her determination. Otherwise, he almost certainly would have died. So that was her war. It was a lot of it's like red tape and things, but I think her house gets burnt down and things. I can't remember everything. Okay, The Patriot, and this one is, I believe, this is actually the most famous movie on this list. It's available on Amazon, as you can see. I don't think I checked YouTube to see if it's available. Anyway, The Patriot, Mel Gibson, came out in 2000, and it's based on true story, as most of these are. I think Mary Silman's War is basically a true story. The Crossing, most of these are largely based on true stories. But The Patriot, The Patriot is based on a character who lived in Virginia, and he had fought in the French and Indian War, and basically had PTSD. He had some demons he was working through, and he had a family now. He was raising like 7 kids, and he didn't want to have anything to do with the revolution when it started. And a lot of people were pushing for it, and he in the movie, he just openly says he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He has a family to raise, and he can't afford principles, I think is what he says. He can't afford principles because he has a family. And then 2 of his sons get killed by the British, and so he starts his own little guerrilla war against the British. And I believe the actual person in history is called the Ghost of Virginia, and he just started raiding the British supplies and everything. Next, Benedict Arnold, A Hero Betrayed. This one was interesting.
To put it mildly, Arnold was infuriated, which, and let me say, every officer in any army in the world would have been infuriated by this kind of treatment.
You have no business calling yourself a general!
That's their bread and butter, to get mentioned in dispatches if they do something worth mentioning. And Arnold had done tremendous things that day, and he was totally ignored by this intriguer, General Gates.
So I knew almost nothing about Benedict Arnold. I knew that he had betrayed the United States. I didn't understand the reasons why or anything. He was originally a hero, like the hero of the Revolution, and then things changed. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, you may want to watch this movie. Next one, we have A More Perfect Union, 1787, when the Constitution was drafted. So, just in brief, the Constitution, I think, they started drafting in May 1787, and it finished in September 1787, and a lot happened during that time. It was oh shoot, I missed the part, so let me...
This is the form that I propose for our new government. Instead of a single governing body, 3 branches in a truly national government.
And what will they be?
Our first branch will be a new Congress.
Well, we already have a Congress.
Yes, but ours will be different.
Okay, so that's James Madison. He was, I think he's called the father of the Constitution. And so More Perfect Union shows the process of getting the Constitution in place. After the war had ended, the bullets had stopped flying, there was a new war that was fought, basically, which was a war of dollars, economics, and England was winning that one because England had a much stronger economy, and it was just the states didn't really have organization or tariffs or anything, and so the Constitution, something was certainly needed, and the Constitution is what we have today. I'll talk about that more later. Next movie is Washington, and that movie covers Washington's life pretty much. He was born sometime like 1740 or something. He became an officer in, I think, the colonial militia, and there were a bunch of things that happened. At the end, he was pretty much disenchanted, didn't ever want to serve in the military again, and then the revolution started, and he became the father of the United States. And so that is also available on Amazon, if for anyone who's interested. Next is John Adams. So this one is the only one on this list I haven't seen, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've seen a few clips on YouTube, and it looks really good. Sometime I do want to see it. And it's about John Adams. John Adams was the second president of the United States right after Washington. And if you remember the movie 1776, he was the character who was just doing everything he could to make sure that the fledgling revolution survived and that Washington continued to be supplied with supplies. And so this covers his, I think it starts in 1770, if I read correctly, and it covers, I guess, most of his life. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things about it. Now, the quality of these movies varies. April Morning and All for Liberty, they seem they're kind of like C, B, or C movies that didn't have very much budget, I think, but you may still enjoy them. It depends on what you're looking for. So that is the timeline and these movies, and I hope you enjoy all those. But wait, there's still more. Yes, remember, this isn't just about movies or series about the Revolution and Constitution and all this whole era. It's also about video games. This is a video game channel, after all. So unfortunately, I don't know quite as many video games. I have looked around quite a bit for video games about this, and there's actually plenty more movies beyond this. But anyways, so here are some video games that I know have covered it, and I've either played or at least am aware of. So I do want to show you iCivics. I've played quite a few games on here. These ones, they're all about politics and government and these sorts of things. So the first one is this one, Investigation Declaration, and I only played this recently, but this one is you kind of in short, you're basically like a time traveler, and you go around from location to location in the past, and you're making connections. So it's largely about the Declaration of Independence, and it shows the influences that created the Declaration of Independence, and then later on the results, the other countries that declared their independence as a result of the United States, and there's quite a few, and voting rights for slaves and women, these sorts of things. It's all connected back to the Declaration of Independence. So you might enjoy that one. The next one is Constitutional Compromise. I enjoyed this one quite a bit, and that's also available here. I played it a couple times now, I think. Once or twice at least. Constitutional Compromise is right here, 1787. So May through September 1787 is when the Constitution was created. And this game really depicts the difficulties that were involved. Just like the movie More Perfect Union, it shows there were major interests that wanted things to be different. Some of the biggest questions were about how Congress would work, the role of the president. Was he going to be like a king or something else? What was he going to be? And slavery. Those three very big issues in any case. So you can play Constitutional Compromise to basically create the kind of constitution you want. Maybe you could do a better job. I don't know. I have some videos about this as well. The next one is Race to Ratify, and that's also here. Where is it? Race to Ratify. So it's right after the Constitution has been created. Now the states have to ratify it, and I believe 9 states had to ratify it. If 5 states choose to reject it, then the Constitution is not accepted. So you get to decide. The anti-federalists are trying to get the Constitution rejected because they don't think. Basically, they think that the federal government is going to be too strong. The Federalists like it the way it is, and the Federalists win in the end. The Constitution is ratified, but this allows you to play whichever side you want, Federalist or anti-Federalist, and again, it's kind of a choose your own adventure. The next one, so this is on Steam. So I found these games on this where are all the iCivics games. I'll show you. You can get them all for free on Flashpoint. Flashpoint is free. All these games are free on Flashpoint. Race to Ratify. Where's Constitutional Compromise? Is it only available on their website? Well, anyway, but they have all these other games too. After I had played these, I thought, well, aren't there any other? What about the Revolution itself? Aren't there any games about the Revolution? I looked around on Flashpoint. I couldn't find any games really about the Revolution, which came as a rather big surprise. So I went looking on Steam, and I did find several. So the first one, Ultimate General American Revolution, and then War of Rights, and I guess that's a multiplayer one. I haven't played these. 1775 Rebellion, Hold Fast. Now this one, I saw videos of Hold Fast 5 or 10 years back. It looks pretty fun. It's another multiplayer game. Hold the Line, I think, I guess is a board game, strategy game, and another Rebels and Redcoats. So I think, strategy. This is just multiplayer, and this is strategy. So most of these are strategy games. So if you're interested in the Revolution specifically, I think all these games on Steam you may enjoy. They're right here. As you can see, I was kind of running out. Oh, no, go back. So Race to Ratify is kind of running out of space. So here they are: Ultimate General, American Revolution, War of Rights, 1775 Rebellion, Hold Fast, Nations at War, Hold the Line, American Revolution, and Rebels and Redcoats. The next one is Mission US for Crown or Colony. So, I have to go back to it. So this is an interesting one. These are both the same, I believe. I've played this one. So, but as you can see, it's a choose your own adventure. It's available also on Flashpoint, and I have played it twice. I think I played it the first time about 15 years ago, and the second time, I guess, October. Just in short, you play as a child right around this time, 1770, 1775, and you move to Boston as an apprentice, and because you're in Boston, you kind of witness the Boston Massacre, and then you become involved in the Boston Tea Party and the Sons of Liberty. So it's a very interesting game. It's a choose your own adventure. In the end, you get to decide: are you going to be basically who you're going to be with? Are you going to be working with the Sons of Liberty and the United States, or are you going to go to England and rejoin the English, basically? So, and then the last one is Age of Empires 3. So this is one that I was aware of before. Age of Empires 3, as you can see, they have a United States civilization, and well, I won't show you the gameplay, but here are some pictures. So it's again, it's a strategy game, RTS, real-time strategy. And so if you're interested, I think I haven't played it, but I do believe they have scenarios for the American Revolution. Okay, so there you go. That is the timeline. This is the original timeline, and then all the various movies and series. Oops. The movies and series that have to do with the Revolution or surrounding events. The various both movies, series, and video games. So I hope you enjoyed that. This hopefully will act as a timeline, and not so much a map, but at least a timeline of what would you like to learn more about? Do you just want to know more about the Declaration, or maybe the Revolutionary War, or the Constitution, or George Washington and his presidency and all of his actions, or maybe the causes that led up to it, or the aftermath? Hopefully these videos and movies and video games will help you get a better idea of what you can play and watch. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Share this video with other people that you think might be interested, and hopefully leave me a comment. Tell me, what do you think? Is there anything major I left out? Like I said, I think the best known, most famous of all these things is probably the Patriot. Am I missing something here, or there just aren't that many movies about it? There aren't hardly any games about it out there, about the Revolution, about the foundation of the United States. But if you know of others I should have included, let me know. Maybe next year I'll make another list, another timeline. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful 4th of July, and happy 250th anniversary.